You're watching FE Exam Prep with Anthony Fasano from Pass the FE Exam. In this video, I'm going to answer the following question from one of our subscribers who left a comment on a previous video. I'm interested in becoming a civil engineer and taking the FE exam to do so. I have over 20 years in the civil heavy highway and building trade concrete industry and some college experience. Please advise on how to proceed. So in this video, I will give our viewer 5 steps that he can take to be able to possibly get his engineering license. This Pass the FE Exam video is brought to you by PPI, a leader in engineering exam prep for the FE and PE exams since 1975. PPI provides expert prep courses and study resources designed to help you pass the FE exam the first time. PPI's live online courses include hours of lectures, problem-solving demonstrations, exam strategy sessions, office hours, and a passing guarantee. When you take a live online course, PPI guarantees you will pass, or you can take the on-demand course for free. With study guides, practice exams, and more, the PPI Learning Hub offers digital practice and review that you can take with you anywhere you have a device so that you can prepare during the times most convenient for you. Check out PPI today at ppi2pass.com to see all the options available for FE exam prep. Let's dive in. All right, here we go. Step number 1, contact the state education department in the state where you wish to seek licensure. So as far as the PE exam goes, or the PE license goes, each state has its own education department that dictates the experience required to get your license. So in your situation here, you're going to need to contact the state education department, explain to them your specific experience, and ask them if they will allow you to sit for the exam. Now, the answer may be yes, you can, or it may be no, you can't, but if you get more experience, then you can. All right. So, of course, if the answer is yes, you're going to go on to step number 2. And if the answer is no, don't get down. Try to find out from them exactly what you need to do to take the next steps to get back on track. All right. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is to fill out the application, and be sure when you fill out the application, not only to follow all the instructions, because it can be complicated, but make sure that you reference the name of the person in the state education department that told you that you could sit for the exam and the date of the conversation, right? You really want to make sure that you utilize what was told to you, because if they said they're going to let you sit for the exam, then you need to attach that name to the application, because whoever reads the application may reach out to that person or look at the correspondence. If you have an email, you could even include the email, and I highly recommend that you do that. Step number 3, once you're finished with your application, before you submit it, have someone who was previously accepted to sit for the FE exam in your state review your application and give you feedback. Now, I know it may be difficult to find someone, but usually you can either talk to people at work, go to a local association or society. For example, our subscriber was a civil engineer, so maybe you can go to an ASCE local meeting and find someone that recently passed the FE exam. You want someone who's had experience completing that application to read through it for you, because from my experience, depending on the state, they look for very specific things, very specific phrases. I know in New York, they want to make sure that you're talking about your experience in terms of yourself. So again, go through the application process. I know the FE exam application is going to be much easier for the PE than the PE exam one, but for both of them, you're going to want to have someone review it for you before you submit it. Step number 4, submit your application. And then step number 5, while you're waiting, start preparing for the exam. The FE exam is going to require a lot of preparation, especially for someone that's been out of school for 20 years, because you have to remember that there are a ton of different topics on the exam, all the different engineering disciplines. So you're going to have to refresh yourself. So I highly recommend that you find and sign up for an FE exam review course. Of course, our sponsor, PPI, has some great courses. Find one that is a good fit for you and sign up for it and start going through the course. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to have some kind of assistance in your preparation, especially when you've been out of school for 20 years. It will be very difficult to jump in and ace this exam without having a review course or some kind of guidance through the process. And the last thing I'll say here is, if you don't pass the FE exam on the first try, do it again. Just keep doing it. Be persistent, getting your engineering license. is such a valuable thing in your career. It gives you so much flexibility and more earning power potentially that it's really worth it to keep plugging away at it. So let me just quickly recap the 5 steps for you. Step number 1, contact the state education department in the state where you'd like to get your license and ask them if you have enough experience, or if not, what you need to do to get it. Assuming they say yes, go to step number 2, fill out the application for the FE exam, which is much more straightforward than the PE exam. But either way, have somebody review it as step number 3. Step number 4, submit that application. Step number 5, start the process of getting ready for the exam. I recommend a course. You can also go through all our previous videos here on Pass the FE exam and try some of the problems that we've posted here to get your brain working again on some of these topics and some of these different equations that you haven't seen in years. I hope you found this week's video helpful. In upcoming videos, I will answer more of your FE exam questions and run through more practice problems. Pass the FE exam will publish videos weekly, so please be sure to click that subscribe button, as you'll get expert tips and tricks, including practice problem solutions weekly, to ensure that you pass the FE exam. And please, I encourage you, just like our viewer from today's video, ask questions in the comments below. I will read them and will respond to them in future videos. I look forward to seeing you next week on Pass the FE exam.